We move over here to our Seawolves, who they were in a little bit of trouble. They played on the road versus the Nola Gold. They were down at the half. They were down in multiple scores. They would be able to come back, get a lead, and then they had to hold on to that lead as Nola didn't make it easy. As you can see, the final score there, they would win 36-35. Our player of the match, wing Connor Mooneyham. Mooneyham, 10 points scored in total, 2 tries scored to get those 10 points, 50 kicking meters, 10 ball carries, and 136 running meters on the day. This was one Mooneyham scored the first try of the match within like a minute of the game starting, and then Nola kind of brought the fight to Seattle. They were, Nola was 3-3 heading into this one at 500. Not necessarily spectacular, but they brought the fight to the Seawolves team that's undefeated. Seattle would say, "Hey, we're not going down like that." They would be able to get the lead back, and then they would have to deal with Nola, who didn't want to go away, and they had to I believe there was even a penalty that was called on the 1 meter line. So really great to see this win. It pushes them to 6-0, and it showed some resiliency. This is a Seawolves team that they haven't won every match by a blowout. So to show this resiliency now just makes me feel better about going forward, because if they were just blowing everybody out and they weren't necessarily battle tested, you would have a little bit perhaps less confidence in a deep playoff run of sorts, because you want to see people get battle tested prior to the postseason. Matches like this show this team's resiliency and their fight. So it was good to see them get that victory there. No team-related news as of yet. I'm sure some of those Seawolves players, probably Mooneyham, will be voted to the MLR's best 15 from the last week. But one, we're on a time crunch, and we're on a time crunch. So I won't sit here and dwell on it too much, but they sit at a 6-win, no-loss record. They're undefeated through the first, technically 7 weeks because they had a bye week. First 7 weeks of the season, they're 6-0. They sit at 26 standing points, first in the league, first in the Western Conference, just ahead of San Diego. They're bitter rivals. Who's their next match against? San Diego. April 8th versus San Diego Legion, 5 p.m. Pacific time. That is here. That is at Starfire Stadium. That will be on Fox 13 Plus locally and the rugbynetwork.com anywhere else. We'll be tuning in live from Climate Pledge Arena that day. Tuning in from Climate Pledge Arena that day on the Rugby Network. We'll be watching that on. But it's just a big match. I don't believe, there's no way that San Diego's undefeated, but San Diego has 26 standing points as well. They're sitting right below Seattle in terms of the Western Conference, in terms of the overall standings as well. Let's look here. Yes, San Diego sits a 5-win, 1-loss record. Their point differential is actually better than Seattle's too. Yikes. They've scored 8 more tries. They've allowed 2 more tries. That's going to be a big battle. That is going to be a big battle. And it's a rivalry game. So that'll be really cool to see.